On the night of April 14, 1865, President Abraham Lincoln arrived at Ford's Theater in Washington, D.C., only 5 days after Robert E. Lee's surrender at Appomattox. The Civil War was effectively ending, and the mood in the Capitol was celebratory. Crowds cheered when Lincoln entered the theater, with his wife Mary Todd Lincoln, Major Henry Rathbone, and Clara Harris. The audience stood and applauded as the orchestra played "Hail to the Chief." They took their seats in the decorated presidential box overlooking the stage. Lincoln appeared unusually relaxed that evening. Witnesses later recalled that he smiled often during the comedy Our American Cousin. After 4 years of war, exhaustion, and constant pressure, some who saw him that night thought he looked calmer than he had in months. As the play continued, Lincoln leaned slightly forward in his rocking chair. Mary Todd Lincoln reportedly held his hand at one point and remarked that Miss Harris might think she was being overly affectionate. Lincoln quietly replied that he thought nothing of it. It became one of the last recorded conversations he ever had. Behind the scenes, actor and Confederate sympathizer John Wilkes Booth slipped into the theater. Booth knew the play well and waited for one of the loudest laugh lines in the performance, a moment when the audience's laughter would mask the sound of a gunshot. At approximately 10:15 p.m., Booth entered the presidential box from behind. Lincoln was still facing the stage, unaware. Booth fired a single .44 caliber Derringer pistol into the back of Lincoln's head at close range. The shot stunned the theater for a split second before chaos erupted. Major Rathbone tried to stop Booth and was slashed with a knife. Booth then jumped from the box to the stage below, breaking his leg in the process, and escaped through the rear of the theater and shouted,
"Sic semper tyrannis!"
thus always to tyrants. Lincoln never regained consciousness. Doctors carried him across the street to the Petersen House because he was too badly wounded to be moved farther. Through the night, cabinet members, soldiers, and friends gathered around the small room where he lay dying. His breathing became slower and more irregular as dawn approached. At 7:22 a.m. on April 15, 1865, Abraham Lincoln died. Secretary of War Edwin Stanton reportedly looked at the fallen president and said,
"Now he belongs to the ages."
It was one of the most shocking assassinations in American history, occurring at the very moment the nation believed the war and bloodshed were finally ending.